Good evening, everyone. Debbie Bird Smith here. I wanted to come on after the events of the last few days, certainly, and talk about um, a lot of the conversation that's been happening recently regarding the opening of the Olympics. And we know that there was a very um, what I consider to be insulting and scandalous um, review done in the name of art that really mocked our Lord and our religion. And as many people have said, if it was any other religion, there would be riots in the streets. But for some reason, people think that it's open season on Christians, open season on our beliefs and on our symbols, because this clearly was part of it was this symbolic of the Lord's Supper. Some of it you've seen was symbolic of the Eucharist and a monstrance. It was quite overt in their display of mockery and um, sort of having some artistic license, I guess they would say. And so it's been some conversation, but I was particularly interested. Bishop Robert Barron had come out and spoke out on it. And as he says in this little clip I'm going to show you, he hadn't intended to talk about it anymore. But then they sent out a letter of quote apology. And so I want to share this little video with you if you have not seen it to get his viewpoint on their quote apology. And here we go.
This is Bishop Barron. A few days ago, I did a video complaining about this outrageous opening ceremony at the Olympics, and the video went viral. And frankly, I had no intention of returning to the issue until this morning. I saw the so called apology from the organizing committee, and I thought it's anything but an apology. In fact, it's kind of a masterpiece of woke duplicity. And so I just wanted to say a few things because if they felt this is meant to mollify Christians, I would think again. Here's some of the things that were said. Clearly, there was never an intention to show disrespect to any religious group. Give me a break. So we have a group of drag queens cavorting in a kind of sexually provocative way, clearly an imitation of Da Vinci's Last Supper, which presents to the world the Last Supper of Jesus. And no disrespect was meant. You think anyone takes that seriously? I love this. We tried to celebrate community tolerance. Yeah, tolerance, except for those pesky 2.6 billion Christians on the planet. Everyone's welcome, everyone's tolerated, all this lovely diversity until you get to anyone that disagrees with your ideology, like these 2.6 billion people. So don't give me this business about tolerance and diversity. And then we believe this ambition, celebrating tolerance, was achieved. Well, I wonder what planet they're living on. If they think this that harmony and peace and all this was achieved by this clear affront to Christians. And then at the very end, a standard bit of condescension. If people have taken any offense, we're truly sorry. In other words, if you're so simple-minded and stupid to have been offended by this wonderful expression of French culture, well, we're sorry about that. Christians were offended because it was offensive and it was intended to be offensive. So please don't patronize us with this condescending remark about, well, if you had any, bad feelings, we're awfully sorry about that. Again, if people think this is somehow going to mollify people all over the Christian world who are outraged by what happened, I would recommend thinking again. And a real apology would be something like, this was a mistake, it should never have been done, and we're sorry for it. I don't think Christians should be mollified. I think we should keep raising our voices.
And there we have uh, Bishop's Bishop Barron's response to France's little apology. The Olympic Committee, I think, is who actually put out that apology. And yes, it wasn't an apology at all. It was exactly as he said. I wanted to show that because I thought that he expressed it so well. You poor, simple minded people, if you don't know art, if you don't know that this was just an expression of unity, well, that doesn't even make any sense. And, uh, you know, as he said at another time, if any other group had been treated this way, had been mocked in this way, there would be, there'd be riots in the streets. But people feel that they can, they can attack Christians um, in any way at any level. I did think that it was quite telling, and our Lord. Sometimes I think our Lord has a tremendous sense of humor in some ways. In that, and many of you probably have seen this on the channel. I had a short where it showed that the entire city of Paris had a blackout, and the only thing that was really the only place that didn't have a blackout was the church, basilica. And I know that today I was out and about doing some things and running some errands. I got my hair cut, and my hairdresser was mentioned it to me, brought it up to me about the Olympic um, opening ceremonies and what did I think about that. And I said, well, I thought that it was really very uh, ugly and insulting, and mocking Christians was never an okay thing to do. And she was kind of surprised. She said, I've heard a lot of people say that, and I just didn't get it. I didn't see the big insult. But I think that that is just an indication of people who have become so numb to some of these kinds of images and some of these kinds of representations, that they don't even pay attention to it anymore. Um, and it's a very sad um, uh, kind of commentary on our society that's become numb to this uh, kind of thing. And uh, but I can tell you that, of course, many um, millions and millions and millions of Christians are very upset. And I don't have it. I will try to link it in the description. If you could watch, Father Chris Alar did come out and asked and talked about this again today, and asked that people contact the Olympic Committee, NBC, and some of the people who were responsible for this, and let them know exactly your feeling about it, and that you do not intend to watch the Olympics, that you do not intend to support anything that any people that are sponsoring them, and just show our outrage about this display of uh, Christian mockery, and treating our Lord in such a way. So I wanted to come on and just say something about this because people are talking about it, and people are know that there's a very strong response to this display, and particularly this French non-apology, this French sort of let's mollify you, and you poor stupid people, you don't understand art when you see it, and gee, we're sorry that you're kind of so backward. How arrogant to take our faith, make a mockery of it, and then treat us as if we don't even uh, we're really kind of stupid because we're offended. It was anything but an apology. It was we have to go out and say something because people are talking about this in a negative way and trying to mollify everyone. Well, I think as Christians, we have to push back in whatever way that we can. This is my little way to put this out. And again, if you can, watch the little video from Chris Alar when he did his homily, or you know, in some way, and particularly just like today, just in your everyday life, if someone brings it up or I didn't bring it up at all. She brought it up, and she knew that I was a faithful Catholic, and she brought it up to me and wanted my opinion about it. So people may ask you about it, people may talk about it, and I would strongly encourage you to defend our faith. We cannot be uh, shy and apathetic about these kinds of displays. And particularly when people ask us about it, we have to let people know that, we will not and do not support God and our Lord Jesus Christ and our religion being spoke about and treated in this way, particularly in such a supposedly universal forum. I don't see anybody. If you were a Muslim and you made fun of Muhammad in some way, somehow in that way, they would literally cut your head off. So, yes, we are forgiving, loving people. Jesus tells us to love and to forgive. But he also, don't forget, he was the one who went into the temple and turned the tables over. So, righteous anger, righteous defense is uh, quite appropriate. And it's very appropriate in this circumstance to come out and voice your opinion to your friends and neighbors or whomever may talk about this or come out. And if you can, um, contact these people that have some effect and who are benefiting from all of the advertisers, all of the things. I do feel bad, uh, honestly, for some of the athletes who've worked a lifetime to uh, in their sport to rise to this level and then have the spotlight really taken from them and put on a political and social um, a platform that is obviously offensive to people. So anyway, I'm not going to belabor the topic, but uh, if you um, if you have come across this from anyone, I'm really curious and anxious to see your comments. Have you had anyone speak to you about this? What's been your response or your reaction? Um, Obviously, we need to pray, and we need to pray for France. We need to pray for the people that are affected by this. Prayer for the families, the athletes. This has caused quite a stir. So I look forward to your comments. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, we are literally just a few subscribers away from 5,000, which was my goal for the end of July to have 5,000 subscribers. So the Lord has carried me this far, and I think we need 6 or 7 subscribers to make it over 5,000. So if you watch the channel, if you like this content, if you want to continue to see it, or you just want to support it, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Share this video with people who are like-minded, who might want to see it. And I will say good night and God bless you, and continue to live in his will. Bye-bye.